Well, there were some celebrations happening around town over the weekend, the 40th anniversary of Purple Rain, and of course the release of the album. And Purple Rain became his best-selling album and really a touchstone of 1980s pop culture.
There is a new book that celebrates the album's anniversary with rare photography and track-by-track analysis, and its author, Andrea Swenson, is here to tell us all about it. Hi, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So there was all this Paisley Park stuff happening over the weekend. Were you involved in any of that?
I went
Sorry,
out.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
I went out to see the Revolution at First Avenue on Friday night.
Okay.
It was their first show since before the pandemic, and to see them back at First Avenue, you know, this club that they made famous
Yeah.
with
Yep,
Prince.
yep.
It was incredible. And the crowd was singing along to every song, and you could just tell there was so much joy in the room.
It's hard to believe it's been 40 years.
It is.
Since the album was released, and you were talking too, I was like, oh, 40 years ago, the album was released tomorrow, right? Is the
Yes,
40th anniversary.
exactly.
And then the movie Purple Rain came out a month later, and Prince was working on an album with Sheila E. I mean, he had so much going on at this time 40 years ago.
They have said that he was writing at least a song a day in this period, if not two, and recording them. Wow. So it's just mind-boggling to think about going from, you know, these grueling rehearsals with his band to working with The Time and Apollonia, his co-star in Purple Rain, to then going in the studio and sometimes recording one or two songs every evening. It's wild.
How did you get involved in this and decide to take it to this level and write a book?
Prince has kind of taken over my life in a very unexpected way. I started covering him when he was alive and ended up on his radar pretty quickly because he was really keyed into the local scene. And he really started inviting me out to a lot of events and made it clear that he was reading everything that I wrote. And it really kickstarted this period of my life where I started needing to do a deep dive into Prince so that I could keep up with what he was doing. And then after he passed, of course, it's just taken on a life of its own. And now I've written liner notes for some of the reissues. I host the official Prince podcast for the estate. And I've done a lot of different projects that the interviews are included in this book. So I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm 10 years into this thing. I've talked to like 100 people that have worked with Prince. And this huge anniversary is coming up. Let's put it all together and make something beautiful for him.
Okay, can we just back up a little bit? All right, so you're writing reviews, right? You're like an entertainment
Yes.
journalist, and you get the call from Prince's people after you review one of his shows, and they invite you to Paisley Park. What was that like for you?
I mean, at first it was just really surreal to know that he even knew I existed. Mm-hmm. And then as things kind of started to pick up and he became really active and I was covering him so much, I actually got an opportunity to meet with him. And that was like really incredible to spend some time one-on-one talking to him and getting to ask him all these things that had been in my head for a long time. Of course, I had no idea if it was really an interview or if he wanted me to write about it. You know, he was so improvisational and he loved putting people on the spot. But the next morning after I had left Paisley at, I don't know, 2 or 3 in the morning, he tweeted my name in all caps as a way of saying, yes, you're supposed to write about what just happened.
Oh my gosh. I bet you never saw your career going in this direction.
I mean, I've always had a passion for covering local music, and Prince is the ultimate local artist, you know. And I was covering him like a local artist. He's this guy out in Chanhassen doing all this really interesting stuff, and I would go out to Paisley and cover him like I would any other, you know, artist working in the community. And of course, you know, after he passed away, I think that's when it really fully hit me, the impact of how far his music had reached and how many people had been moved by him, you know, to see the Eiffel Tower glowing purple and all these things. It really just hit me like, oh, he is a global icon, and we're so lucky that he was making music right here in the community.
This album was just so fantastic on 100 different levels that we can talk about in a second. But the movie, it really highlighted Minneapolis, which is, if you listen to the album, you wouldn't know that it had anything to do with Minneapolis or that he was even from here. But if you watch the movie, that's a whole different dynamic. And I think in a lot of ways, it really put Minneapolis music scene on the map.
It really did. And, you know, he chose First Avenue as almost a co-star in the film with him. It's a character. It's the place where everything happens in the movie, and it becomes this touch point for Prince fans. You know, afterwards, I've heard from staff that people would call the club and ask to talk to Prince. They thought he worked there. They thought he owned the place.
So funny.
Even still to this day, they say, oh, is the Prince estate owned First Avenue? It's like, no. No.
But I can see how you get that because
Yeah.
it does play such a prominent part in that movie.
Absolutely. And then, you know, right after everything became such a smash success, the music scene got flooded with A&R people from the coast looking for the next Prince. And then, you know, what is this Minneapolis sound that he created? So it was absolutely a phenomenon, and it did wonders for our music scene.
And you captured a lot of that, and you put this in this book, which has just incredible images. You said some in which pictures that people have never seen before.
Yes. Yeah, we were able to work directly with the photographers, so they're going through their archives and saying, well, how about these, you know? And we're like, great, you know, these are some really rare photographs. It shows Prince at such an iconic period in cultural history. So to be able to see him a little bit behind the scenes, there's some great pictures of him just, you know, walking through the crowds with the paparazzi swarming him, or getting ready to go on stage with his band. It's these really intimate images with the Revolution, who also became, you know, famous right alongside Prince in this period.
So Purple Rain and the music, and it was, and by the way, I talked my grandmother into buying me this cassette tape, which if she would have heard some of the songs on there, she would have business I shouldn't have been listening to. But the music is so interesting, and I think that album still holds up to this day because it's way ahead of its time in a lot of ways.
Absolutely. I mean, Prince was really a wizard in the studio, and he was playing with a lot of the emerging technology. The Linn electronic drum machine is a centerpiece of the album, that knocking sound.
Yep.
And that's not how it came out of the box sounding. Prince was messing with it. He was plugging his guitar pedals into it and tuning it to make it sound bizarre. So that's absolutely just a great example of his creativity in the studio. And all the synthesizers were brand new at the time, and he knew how to program them and make them do really weird and interesting things. And then he had this great band. You know, this is the first album that he released co-credited with a band, Prince and the Revolution. And 3 of the songs on Purple Rain were all recorded live at First Avenue at this benefit concert in 1983. And I think that really speaks to, you know, the chemistry that he found with this group of people, that he liked their live performances enough to keep them as part of the album.
As someone who spent years creating this now book, what's your favorite part of it? Do you have a favorite part?
I think for me, the most personal connection that I have is the last chapter I wrote about meeting him. The night that I got called out to Paisley Park to meet with him was actually the 30th anniversary of Purple Rain. And I had just done a big segment on the album for The Current, where I used to work. And he heard it and had thoughts about it and called me out. And I met with him, and he talked a lot about how he did not care to be looking backwards. He was very much a forward-looking person. He had 2 new albums that he wanted me to hear to really get the point across of, no, I'm constantly searching for the next thing and evolving. And he gave me a little bit of a hard time for, you know, he said, I don't know why people have to do that. You know, look back on anniversaries, they must not have anything interesting happening in their lives.
It seems like a very Prince way to handle that situation.
But
Point
here we
taken.
are, looking
Yes.
back
Andrea,
40
thank you.
years later.
This was a lot of
I
fun.
love it.
We appreciate it.
Thanks
and
for having me.
congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. We will post information so that you can order Prince and the Purple Rain, 40 Years on MinnesotaLive.com.